Hello 2025. May I introduce my best version? Nothing will stop me. Showtime.
Hey guys, Legends Gaming here. Today we're going to be taking down Battle 5 of Challenge Mode for New 52 Wonder Woman. As you guys would have seen in the last 4 videos now, we've taken down battles 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're taking down 5, and the requirement is Lobo. Now Lobo is just really cool. If you guys have watched any sort of DC media, you know Lobo's cool. Especially in the second season of Young Justice, which is an amazing series based on all of the Justice League superheroes sidekicks. It's an awesome series, so if you haven't watched it, I would highly recommend it. You don't mind us getting a bunch of YouTube notifications for a bunch of nice liking comments. And that one was from Consume the Goodness, because her videos based on exercise and positivity are absolutely incredible, so go and have a look. Oh, just got destroyed! Anyway, bang. See how easy that was? Ah! No, that was, like I said, gonna be extremely easy. Yeah, so we're gonna be taking down all this stuff on standard. I'll probably do expert off screen, just get through the middle stage, and I'll consider doing nightmare, like if you guys want to see me do nightmare, or even if you want to see me do expert, like, you know, just let me know down in the comments, but just so I can kind of get everything done straight away, and then it's just done and out of the way, because I got to put some attention into online. But if we get some time to stream in online, I will. It just depends on my schedule. So, because I've got another day off to do some extra recording if I need to, or I feel deem as necessary. Because especially for the case of tomorrow, I have a special video planned. Hopefully, if everything goes well and there's nothing for conditions, I have a special video planned for tomorrow that I'm going to record and then upload. If anything goes wrong, I'll mention it in my community tab. So for those who are interested in this special plan, keep an eye on my community tab, because I will post on there if my plans change. But everything should be fine. Get out of here, Reverse Flash. Get out of town, boy. There we go. Now that right there. So unfortunately for this one, we need 5 teams. Now what do I mean by that? So basically, in the past fights, in Battle 1 and 2, it only takes 1 energy. In 3 and 4, it takes 2, but in 5, it takes 3. So and since there is 15 fights. Yeah, so you need 5 teams to be able to take it down. And unfortunately, we've run out of energy with these guys. But we're just gonna quickly switch, and also consider the goodness if you're watching this video as you see your notifications come through. You're very welcome for the comments. I make the comments because you're a genuinely amazing person, and all of your hard work and positivity that you're sending out there helps motivate me as well. So, you know, it motivates me to keep moving and keep training, because, you know, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be positive and wanting to run around and exercise. So, oh my god, this Green Lantern man is a disaster. Excuse me, what are you doing? Game over. Oh, did you see how close that was? How did that not reach? That was like not even half of my finger. That's alright, we got rid of him. I honestly thought that would work. Clearly I was wrong. Anyway though, that's okay. And now we're up to Battle 5? That's alright, they have no shield anymore. So, excuse me. Okay, Raven might be a little bit of a problem to get around. I'm just kidding. Of course she isn't gonna be a problem. What am I kidding myself? Man, come on. 200% for days. And I've seen other Injustice. Speaking of that, so obviously in special attacks there's 3 different actions or 4 different actions that you need to do to have the special do max power. One of them you just saw is swiping, the other one is tapping in a small circle, and the other one is tapping into a meter to get it to go up to max. There is a fourth one where you have to tap particular circles for moves, although in the case of that one, it's extremely rare. Like it's not something you have to commonly run into. And I've seen other people attempt to do the swipes and the taps, and they cannot get 200%. But it's really not that difficult to do. Like seriously, it's really not that hard to accomplish, because at the within doing it, yes, it says swipe, but a lot of people only use one finger. I'm like, why do you only use one finger, man? Like, why not just use more than one? Like I use 2 fingers to swipe, 2 fingers to tap in a circle, and 3 fingers sometimes to tap in the meter, because you don't need to like tap the screen. You don't need to bash it as hard as possible. All you really need to do is just use 3 fingers to just lightly tap it like you're typing on a computer or playing on a piano or something. It's not really particularly difficult to accomplish. Let's change our team again. Let's go for Suicide Squad Joker, Arkham Harley Quinn, and Revive Lobo. I do have a second Lobo that I will use for the final fights, and I'll just sub in another team member. And block that, because you're not getting him. Get out of here. Wreck! Get the out! No! I refuse! No! Eat hook chain! Oh, we didn't go by 200. How dare I? Yeah, the other thing to watch out for boss Solomon Grundy, I don't have to personally worry about it being his standard, but if you ever run into boss Solomon Grundy that's highly promoted, I would be careful. Because the thing is, the longer Solomon Grundy is in the fight and the longer he loses health, if he gets down to almost being knocked out but not quite knocked out, his damage goes up times 10, which is extremely dangerous if you're not careful. So the idea is to knock him out as fast as possible. If you can't knock him out as quick as possible, then you know you're screwed. You're not gonna have much hope. So, which is not ideal. There you go. Come on, get out of here. And unfortunately, John Stewart is in this fight, and John Stewart's a bit of a pain in the neck because of his emergency barrier. Emergency barrier is an ability that gives each teammate, I think it's like 7 or 6 seconds of immunity from basically everything. Let's go for game over. See if we can break it. We can. Yeah, emergency barrier is effective, but if you can knock out an opponent before they reach losing, I think it's like 20%. Like if you can knock them out in between that point before they hit 20% until they hit 0, then you don't have to worry about it. Which is what I try to do when I find John Stewart. It's not the most effective strategy because it doesn't always work, but it's fun. Bang. Yeah, I used to love using Lobo back when Injustice came out and when Lobo was around. Also, because of his rifle, or shotgun, or blaster, whatever you want to call it. I loved the, little teenage me just loved the sounds that it made. Which I know is a really strange reason for loving a weapon, but, yeah, it was still quite enjoyable. So how many fights are we up to now? Or more accurately, we have 6 fights left. So we're going to switch out our Lobo, we're going to put in, I'm going to put in Metahuman the Flash. Where's my other Lobo? Because unfortunately in this game there is only 2 Lobo cards, which I still feel like is kind of unfair. I feel like there should have been more than 2, but you know, unfortunately it's just how it had to be. Bounty Hunter Lobo is the other one. So we use Bounty Hunter Lobo and we'll use Anycomic Catwoman. For Flash, we'll just give him basic damage boost. His ability, which I probably won't really show off much, is Super Speed. So each time he uses a special attack, his basic attacks get faster. So it's basically hitting the opponent, I think it's like 10 or 12 times. In those 3 hits that you're seeing, he can basically do 12 hits in that matter of time. Which means he's quadrupling the damage, and it's just absolutely insane. But still, you know, it's okay.
Begin.
Oh, God. I love the Flash, man. Bullet time. I hate bullet time. Bullet time is one of the most annoying abilities because it slows you down and there's basically nothing you can do. It does only last for 8 seconds, or if the opponent using him uses a special. Once he uses a special attack, the effect ends. Hence, you can block said special. It basically just exists to either save you if it's like a one-on-one really close health kind of situation, or just so you can gather power in the time. It basically just depends on what you're going for. That's a sign of you must get wrecked. So now we've got 3 more fights left. We'll leave Bounty Hunter Lobo, and I'm gonna sub out the Flash for Yellow Lantern. And then swiping madly through my collection of cards, we're gonna let's just use regular
Green Lantern.
Why not? Regular Prime Aquaman's not a card I would use. To be fair, it's somewhat okay in the survivor mode of this game, because its second ability allows you to sub in like one of his minions to use instead of him. And the good thing about that is that if you combine it with the totem, it can be a very dangerous and broken ability, because the totem revives your energy each time Aquaman's tagged in, and since you knocking out his minion and him tagging in again is technically him being re-tagged into the fight, the totem activates. Hence, you can basically rinse and repeat over and over again. It's one of those. I have never used it personally because, well, my Aquaman isn't really strong enough to pull this strategy off just yet. But it's still something accomplishable.
Begin.
Oh, pardon me, sir. Height of bad manners. Bang! Get out of town! Ow! How dare you? Est. That's right. You got served madly. Oh my god.
Begin.
And this is the final battle, which looks frustrating, but it's really not. We're just gonna use a quick turbine smash. Bang! 6,000 damage. 6,704. And that's the final fight, which takes Lobo up to level 26. And we've completed Battle 5. So this unlocks a copy of New 52 Wonder Woman. You have completed this challenge. This challenge will now reset, so you can play it again. Enemies will be tougher this time around. So this is now Expert difficulty. Expert difficulty is a little bit more trickier. It's not difficult for me. I mean, none of them are difficult for me because I've done it so many times over the years. But this is kind of the point that I would not recommend newer players to go unless you're very confident with your, like, especially if you're a starting player, especially because the first fight has them up to level 15 and at Elite 3. Like, they're not overly powerful, but I still wouldn't recommend it. Again, if you're confident enough and you want to try it, knock yourself out, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying I personally wouldn't recommend it. But if you guys enjoy this video of me taking down Battle 5 in standard difficulty, feel free to give this video a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and yeah, we'll catch you in the next one. See you guys.